Hello and welcome to the 10th episode of Singalong Solfege, where we learn solfege by singing songs you already know with the lyrics written out as solfege. So it has been suggested to me that I should use some pop songs for this series, and I might do that in the future, or I might make a whole new series for it. But here is a nod to that. This is something that both uses a public domain song and also is a pop song, because this song from the 1800s was used almost verbatim in Elvis Presley's hit Love Me Tender. So the original song was called Aura Lee, which seems a fitting vehicle for developing our oral skills, our listening skills. So here's how it went. And if we use so as our starting pitch, so, do, ti, do, re, la, re, do, ti, la, ti, do. So, do, ti, do, re, la, re, do, ti, la, ti, do. Mi, 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 re, do, re, mi. Mi, mi, fa, mi, re, la, re, do, ti, mi, re, do. So there aren't quite as many syllables in the Aura Lee version as there are in the Love Me Tender version, but I think that you will have recognized most of the melody. And there are a couple reasons why I wanted to use this melody that are not related to its pop status, and one of them is that it introduces a new chord to us. So we keep looking at chords that have been directly implied by the melodies. You could easily see how so, do, ti, do could be done over the tonic triad, do, mi, so, mi, do. When we have re, la, re, that implies a new triad that we haven't talked about before. You might call it the supertonic triad because it's built above the tonic on the second scale degree. But because it's built on the second scale degree, we usually just call it a 2 chord. And it's going to be re, fa, la, fa, re. And it's worth knowing that that also functions as a predominant chord, just like the subdominant chord that we talked about last week or a few weeks ago. So re, la, re, fa, la, fa, re has the same function as fa, la, do, la, fa in leading us to want to get to the dominant chord, so, ti, re, ti, so, which wants to resolve to the tonic triad, do, mi, so, mi, do. So we usually refer to those as the tonic triad as a 1 chord, the supertonic triad as a 2 chord, the subdominant triad as a 4 chord because it's built on the 4th scale degree, and the dominant triad we do often call a 5 chord because it's built on the dominant, but we also call it the dominant a lot. This also seems like a decent time to introduce you to the idea of chord qualities. So far, the chords that we had talked about, the tonic triad, do, mi, so, mi, do, the subdominant triad, the 4 chord, fa, la, do, la, fa, and the dominant triad, so, ti, re, ti, so, are all major triads. They're all built with a major 3rd and a perfect 5th up from the root. The 2 chord is a little bit different. Re, fa, la, fa, re is what we call a minor triad. It's a minor chord, and that's because re to fa is a minor 3rd, and re to la is a perfect 5th. So that chord, if it sounds a little bit different to you, that's one of the reasons. It's a minor chord rather than a major chord. And we are going to get into more of those really soon with the next video. So I hope to see you next week for another Singalong Solfege video. Thanks for listening.